Hello there, fellow 90s viewer. I am 90s man, and today I'm going to take you through all the things I enjoy doing as someone who is a 90s man slash early 2000s man. Today with me, I've got my 90s games for my 90s system, and I really want to share them with you because I got this system on September 9th, 1999, and man, the 90s. I'm so excited to just dig into 90s nostalgia. Funny bit over. This video is about my Dreamcast collection. I'm excited to really dig into it. And I've not looked at my Dreamcast collection at all in a very long time. So this is going to be very interesting, a very interesting video to do. First of all, I've got NFL 2K. I'm not an NFL person. I'm not a football person really in general. I don't have that many football games actually in my catalog, but NFL games and I guess football games in general had a certain level of quality to them, back in the day. And I'm not going to say that's why people still bought them because people still buy these. But it's just more so the fact that like you didn't really have microtransactions to lean on, so you kind of had to make a good game, especially if people were continuously paying for a product. It could be assumed that the product was good, and there was no shortage of other basketball games around. Hence the NFL 2K game I'm holding right now. So the competition was there to supplant you if you were bad. So NFL 2K for the SEGA Dreamcast. Needless to say, I haven't played this game. So speaking of games I haven't played, I've got SEGA World Series Baseball 2K1. There's nothing I want to say here. I'm not even a baseball person anyway, but I do want to play a baseball game that is like not the show because I played a little bit of the show and I'm like, oh, this is fine. The greatest baseball game of all time, in my opinion. I'm about to give a very Nintendo only gamer. Man, what do they call these people? Guys who never grew up. Take Nickelodeon All Stars Baseball, whatever that game is a banger, and it's probably the greatest baseball game I've ever played. Uh, Now, baseball guys probably gonna say it's a show, but anyway, I've not played this game, but I kind of do want to at least for like a little bit. So a good amount of these Dreamcast games I've at least touched briefly. Please don't fact check me at the end of this video. Virtua Tennis. I have not touched this game, so we're already off to a great start. But um, the Virtua Fighter series, the Virtua series in general, I think Virtua Tennis survived even all the way up to the 360, maybe like that PS4, Xbox One generation. I'm not too sure, but I've heard good things about Virtua Tennis actually. So I was like, I might as well cop it. And it's a cheap Dreamcast game, so it probably means that hey, a good amount of people bought this. And it might be of okay quality. So I do want to eventually jump into Virtua Tennis one of these days and become a Virtua Tennis fanatic. Tokyo Extreme Racers, baby. Tokyo Extreme Racer. No S. There's no plural. There's no multiple racers. All right. Yeah, it's a racing game I thought looked really cool. That's like the main reason I got it. I think I've seen the series around on the N64. Don't quote me on that. I might be confusing it with San Francisco Rush. But it looks pretty dope. I'm always down for racers from the early 2000s era that have like that Y2K aesthetic. So you already know that I had to cop this game. In terms of whether or not I'm going to play it anytime soon, Time Stalkers. This game actually was kind of expensive. Oh, there you go. Price in case I forgot. $49.99. $49. I like really obscure RPGs from this era. So, and I also made enough money at the time where I was like, ooh, I can just buy this game because I think it's interesting. Um, Time Stalkers was one of those games I was like, it's from this era, it's interesting. And it's also a Dreamcast game. I really wanted to actually dig more into my Dreamcast collection. That was like a whole resolution that I had. And I'm really glad that it is here in my collection for me to eventually try out because I do kind of want to try out this game eventually. So especially because it's a $49 Dreamcast RPG, I feel like around that time, not entirely, but a little bit, if RPGs were priced pretty well, at least today's market, it meant that there was something going on there. I don't think this game is necessarily too rare, but it was still priced reasonably high. So I was like, oh well, maybe this game is hard enough. I'm not really aware of his Metacritic score, so and I actually am normally aware of the Metacritic scores of a lot of these games, so that's a surprise to me. So Space Channel 5 now. Oh yes, there we go. Wow, bad wording, but I really like the movable cover here. I was like, oh wow, this is actually a really cool concept. So you got, the kick and also the aliens in the background dancing. I thought that was really cool. And the beauty of Space Channel 5 is that it's kind of one of the more well-known Sega franchises. Like someone can look at like Lala. Yeah, I always confuse this franchise with Space Patrol Leluca. That one anime that was animated by like Studio Trigger. And I think you can look at Lala and be like, oh, okay, like I remember this game. I remember playing this game and being like, oh wow, this is actually fun, right? And oh, it's another Sega franchise. It's actually pretty dope. But I don't think that many people are clamoring for it to like make a return or anything. It has like a kind of lasting influence in like the gaming pop culture scene. Um, people ultimately are like, oh, okay, I recognize that character and I have fond memories of Space Channel 5. The Lala bot was an Astro bot too. That's also something I remember because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's all. I was actually happy to see that because I was like, nice, like that is a reference that I'm glad it exists. I know that reference. I know that reference. Yeah, but overall, Space Channel 5, definitely a game I want to actually try out because it's not that long and it's critically acclaimed, so I have no reason not to. Speaking of stuff that's critically acclaimed, Soul Calibur, I almost said 2. I knew it wasn't 2. I was like, Soul Calibur. No, it's not 2. The original Soul Calibur. Man, what a game! I think this has a 98 or a 99 on Metacritic, but it has an extremely high Metacritic score. And I was like, wow, this is a fighting game. A fighting game getting a really high Metacritic score, like nowadays, I feel like that is something that like is just impossible. You'd have to be like one of the tightest franchises or like game entries that like I've ever seen, or anyone's ever seen ever. And you have to hit the gaming populace at the right time because I do believe that Metacritic scores and game review scores, of course, because that's what they were based on, um, are very heavily like they kind of gauge a little bit of the public interest now. Like you can't really rate something like, oh, I think this is a 98. And like not many people were expecting it to be a 98. You know what I mean? So Soul Calibur is one of those games I definitely want to jump into. I've played Soul Calibur 2. I love Soul Calibur 2. It's 2026, so I don't really have many opportunities around me to dig into Soul Calibur 2 because I'm not obsessed with Soul Calibur 2. But I do want to try Soul Calibur 1 and potentially walk away with that with some pretty good fighting game memory. We're gonna slide to the left. We're gonna slide to the right. We're talking about Sonic Shuffle. Sonic Shuffle is one of those games where I'm like, it just so much of this franchise interests me because I'm like, man, Sonic Mario Party, Sonic Mario Kart, Sonic Mario Kart, but they're not carts anymore because they were like, oh, this is kind of weird. Why don't they just run? Sonic RPG, Sonic Murder Mystery, bars. Sonic Shuffle is a game that I was like, I actually really want to have this because I think trying it out with some friends would be pretty cool. Now I haven't bust out the Dreamcast yet and got to cracking open Sonic Shuffle with the boys. But if you're watching this, boys, then we got to play Sonic Shuffle. And I'll probably forget to bring this up after I'm done recording this video. But it's here. Oh, it's here. Oh. I got the greatest game of all time in my hand. Sonic Adventure 2. Oh my gosh! Sonic Adventure 2. Man, what else could be said about this game? It's a banger. So I had a friend, Sharon, and he was not a Sonic fan, like at all when we were both in college, right? I mean, he was trying to get into it like towards our senior year, junior year a little bit, but I remember when Frontiers came out, and like he would like try and rage bait me about like the bad reviews or whatever, and I was still young. I'm still kind of a little easily rage baited, so it might work right now. But I was like, all right, dog, like I enjoy the game, blah blah blah. But Sonic Adventure 2 changed like his whole perspective on this franchise, and that is what I find the beauty of this game, and it's just so unapologetically cool. Is it a little clunky? Yeah. Does it have like kind of weird voice direction sometimes? Yeah. Are some of the design choices a little baffling? Yeah. Putting Eggman in a sorry, not Eggman, Tails in a mech is like, all right, dog. So, and one of my favorite bits is to act like the Eggman and Tails levels aren't like really separate when they where are acting like they're separate when they you know really aren't. But Sonic Adventure 2 is one of the best Sonic games of all time for sure. It's not my favorite Sonic game. That would probably go to Generation still, especially with the Shadow add-on to that. But I don't know if that counts, honestly, if you say that. But Sonic Adventure 2 is very, very close because it also got me in like my very formative years, both in life and in my Sonic fandom. And I was like, man, this game is so cool. I mean, just look at that. Look at the way they're posing. I'm sorry, that's just ball I've ever seen one. You ever see that SpongeBob image where like he's crossing his arms and it's like, oh my gosh, he looks so baller. Like it has that exact caption on it. I'm not saying like, you know. Anyway, Sonic Adventure 2 is cool. That's all I have to say about that. This game's also cool, but to a lesser degree. Sonic Adventure 1, I don't have like an actual cover for it. I do want an actual cover for it eventually, which would be like just a manual, because it's a dual CD case. But Sonic Adventure 1 is one of those games that I think I've liked less as time has gone on. So I played it thoroughly for the first time my sophomore year. And my sophomore year, I played through every single gameplay section aside from Biggs. Because I was like, I'm not doing this, man. I'm sorry. And the worst part too was that like if I had more patience and I was in a time in my life where I was like, all right, like I hunkered down and I finished my games because back then I was like, I don't really care. I got school tomorrow, so I would have just locked in Twin and just gone after it. Also, it's funny too because this is in a case for Spawn, so the Spawn case is at the back of this, which is the funny part about that. Um, but yeah, Sonic Adventure. I got this game with my Dreamcast when I bought my Dreamcast because I got it on like Facebook Marketplace. But I'm glad it came with a copy of Sonic Adventure 1 because I believe Sonic Adventure 1 is one of the best games on the Dreamcast. It's definitely like a top five, top three for me. And I still really like the game, even though I believe that it's got some flaws and its issues. But I'm kind of more accepting of that because its sequel is just so good. Like that's really the deciding factor. If the sequel is just like that, you're like, man, this is gas. So yeah, Sonic Adventure 1, it's cool, it's solid, and I think it's the Sega All Stars version. I don't know if there's like a difference between like, the Sega All Stars version and the regular version, or if there even is a regular version. But if any SA1 truthers can let me know in the chat, that'd be kind of cool. Sega Bass Fishing. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, I didn't know if it was like Pro Bass. Um, Sometimes I'll say like bass, and I'm like, oh, okay, like it's not. It's like a bass. It's not a bass. I don't, shows how much I know about fishing culture. But yeah, no, I haven't played this game. But some people say the fishing games on the Dreamcast and on Sega consoles in general are pretty good. That's why they have the whole Sega branding on them now. Yeah, I do want to eventually fish it up on my Dreamcast. When that will happen, who knows? Maybe it could be today. Maybe it could be tomorrow. Maybe it could be right at the zenith of the world where we're like, all right, like Rapture starts happening. We really don't know. We really don't know. But I could be playing Sega Bass Fishing when that all happens. We don't know. Somebody, amigo. I got this game because I was mostly staring at it for a really, really long time at my local game store. And I was surprised that nobody was buying this thing. Now, I think you may need the. Oh, no, you don't. You don't need the bongos. You don't need the maracas. Sorry, I said bongos. Maracas. You don't need the maracas. So yeah, I was very surprised why people were buying this game. And so eventually, I just kind of cracked. I was like, you know what? Give me that game, bro. I want it. And I still haven't played it yet, which is crazy to me because I feel like I could definitely knock this out in like an afternoon or something, or at least try it out in an afternoon and be like, good. So here we go. But yeah, Samba de Amigo is another one of those franchises that looking at its character, like its main character, I forget his name or whatever. I've been like, this is just a franchise I'm interested in, just because it has so much swagger, so much sauce, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. Just looking at a franchise being like, it's got sauce, it's got swagger. I want to try it out. We're back to the sports games. We got NHL 2K. I'm not an ice hockey guy person at all, or like a hockey person. Hockey's always on ice, so it doesn't matter. I'm not an ice hockey person at all, but I got this game. Hmm, no, I bought this game myself. At first, I was like, did I get this game like in a bundle deal? Like, did I Get it with my Dreamcast. No, I like actually just bought this game myself. I don't have much to say about this because I probably am not going to play it. Who knows? Maybe when I eventually do pay down my collection, this will be one of the things to go. It probably will, but NHL 2K, man. If anyone enjoys this game, let me know because I actually am a little curious on how the NHL games work because I don't really see them talked about like at all, but I know they're still being made, I think, and they still exist. So NFL 2K. I thought it was like 2K1. No, I already did 2K1. NFL 2K. Again, I'm not a football person, so I'm gonna say the exact same thing I said about 2K1 with 2K. I kind of do want to try it out because I've played Madden before, and I'm like, oh, this is like not that enjoyable experience. But like, I also am like, football's a very like social sport for me. It's like, like if the game is on and everyone else is watching it, of course I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna be the sports ball guy. But NFL 2K is one that will probably not get play any time of day, whether it be rain, sunshine, or hay. Hey, not the bar emoji in the chat, man. NBA 2K1 and NBA 2K original. I'm just gonna group these two together actually. NBA 2K and NBA 2K1. The thing about both of these games is that they have Allen Iverson on the cover, and I love Allen Iverson. I love AI. I'm a big AI guy. I'm down for AI. It's funny too because I actually do a little bit of engineering in the space for AI. But anyway, yeah, huge Allen Iverson guy, and I want to get these games, or I wanted to get these games, even just if it was a matter of one of my favorite athletes is on the cover of these things, right? And it was one of the first 2Ks. So I was like, hey, come on, man, I got to get it at that point. So, but yeah, solid. I've played a little bit of it. It's not bad. It's aged for sure, and I wouldn't play this over any other modern 2K, no matter how microtransaction it gets. But it's nice to respect your elders and go back to your roots sometimes. Okay. Dino Crisis, Dino Crisis, Dino Crisis. I have wanted Dino Crisis for a very long time, and I wanted the PS1 version. I didn't want this one, but I knew I wasn't going to find the PS1 version in the wilds, probably. And two, if I did, that it wasn't going to be at a time where I was ready to buy it. So I was like, you know what, gang, I'm going to get Dino Crisis for the Dreamcast. And I think this is the worst port because its Metacritic score is not that good. It's like a 74, which is not a bad Metacritic score, as contrary to what people say. It's just like I expected it to be higher because people actually do talk about Dino Crisis pretty favorably, and it's a Capcom franchise. So I was like, okay, like we've got a couple things going over there. But Dino Crisis for the Dreamcast, this is how I'm going to end up playing Dino Crisis eventually. Shocker, I know I'm going to play the game that I ended up buying, that I really, really wanted to end up buying, not just as an impulse purchase. And I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it a lot, actually. Crazy Taxi. I'm crazy in the taxi. Crazy Taxi. I've actually played before, and I think it's a banger, and I like it a lot. And it's probably up there in terms of like one of my favorite, arcade style games of all time. There's just something very '90s about Crazy Taxi that I just can't escape, man. It's just look at that, man. Or maybe that's '80s centered. Who knows? I don't really know my decades. But Crazy Taxi has been an absolute banger to try out. Last time I played it was about like a year ago. But anytime I'm sitting down near the Dreamcast and I'm like, oh, I kind of feel like playing a Dreamcast game, but like I don't feel like committing to something really. Crazy Taxi is always like at the forefront of my mind. Like you can play me, and sometimes I end up playing the game. So Capcom versus SNK. Now, I think this is the UK version, and I can tell because of the rating system on the back, that yellow little triangle, and also just like the bright kind of colors you see over there. Oh, they've got two rating systems back there: the USK and also the French one. And so with that, I don't really know if the Dreamcast is region locked or not. If that's the case, then bro sold me a European Dreamcast game and didn't bother to mention, hey, Dreamcast is region locked. But if it's not, then that like 5 second rant was for nothing, pretty much. I've heard about this franchise and I am excited to try it out. I don't know if this is like a precursor to Marvel vs. Capcom. I don't know if Capcom vs. SNK was still a thing when Marvel vs. Capcom was going on. I'm gonna assume so because like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 came out like in the PS2 era. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you know. If you do, you can tell me in the comments below. That'd be kind of cool. And finally, we've got Blue Stinger. Now, I saw this game in like a cool Dreamcast games that like are very like aesthetic-y, charmy, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like it had a central theme to it. I think the theme was Christmas because this game takes place during Christmas, but it's like a horror game. But it might have just been like horror Dreamcast games. I forget what the vibe was. I think it was Christmas Dreamcast games or wintry Dreamcast games. Or Dreamcast games you can play in the winter with the winter season. While I'm filming this, it's still really cold outside and there's snow everywhere. So who knows? Maybe I should boot up Blue Stinger. Blue Stinger though is a really interesting game. I think it takes place on an island and like there's like T Rexes from like or dinosaurs or like an ancient evil from like a bygone time. Like it's Christmas time, so you got to get back to where you want to get. Actually, we can solve this right now. Awakening shipwreck just after a meteor collides with a remote biotech research island, you begin to discover an uncontrollable madness unleashed in the meteor's wake. As one secret uncovers after another, you piece together a horrifying revelation that could lead to the end of life on Earth. So dinosaurs are back, and like you're a meteorologist or something. But anyway, Blue Stinger, I really want to try this out. I for sure want to try this out because I searched and scoured through eBay for this game, but I've not played it yet. I know. Man, I wonder why. I wonder why. This is on me. No one told me to buy all this. So, but yeah, I do want to try Blue Stinger eventually. And that will do it. That is the Dreamcast collection. The Dreamcast as a system is one that I found super interesting. It's probably my second most interesting, or the Dreamcast or the Sega console I found the most interesting. Most has to be the Sega Saturn. But the Dreamcast is very interesting, and it actually has a really good library, unlike the Sega Saturn. So I'm excited to jump into it eventually and really dig into it a lot more. And hopefully, when I can do like maybe an update on some of these collection videos, I can give you guys some good general thoughts on some of these Dreamcast games. But without further ado, thank you guys so much and take care.